Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton, and joining me on the podcast today is my good friend, newsbreaker, lovemaker, Deven Rall.
Busy morning, super busy.
Especially for you, bro.
You're saying I'm normally not doing much around here?
That is true, and also it is true that you were doing the most in here this morning because you broke us the Jillian Michaels story.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wanted to hear from her because of this Biggest Loser documentary on Netflix where she got trashed.
Yeah.
No one had heard from her yet. We heard a lot from her this morning.
And now she wants to sue Netflix. So we'll talk about that off the top. But also, we got some fun stories. Did you hear about the Justin Bieber impersonator?
Did I?
He was banned from the Wynn Las Vegas.
He tricked the Wynn into thinking he was the real Justin Bieber and ended up on stage.
Such a good story. We'll also talk about the food influencers who nearly got struck by a car, but they didn't, and now they're going viral.
I mean, the video looks fake.
And also, we'll wrap up, the Matthew Perry stuff. The Ketamine Queen, she's guilty, and she's going to be sentenced soon. To begin with, though, Jillian Michaels of The Biggest Loser. She is at war with The Biggest Loser, with Bob Harper, and basically anyone involved with that franchise.
Yeah, so this documentary came out on Netflix where, they dive deep into The Biggest Loser and all the kind of crazy things that went on, and it did not paint Jillian in a very good light at all. They made a lot of claims in this thing. She didn't take part in the documentary, so everyone was wondering, Jillian, are you going to say anything? Because she hadn't said anything yet. It's Tuesday.
Right.
She called us this morning and said a lot. She talked to Harvey. You were there.
I was there.
On speaker.
You guys speak a lot, you and Jillian? I mean, she called you first.
No, well, I've worked with Jillian throughout the years on just different stories. Literally I've been here for 10 years. So we've crossed paths a lot. And yeah, I mean, she most recently was really outspoken against Ozempic. And so she was fighting with, who was it? One of the famous doctors. Was it the botch doctor?
Yeah, I actually interviewed her about it.
Yeah,
I literally interviewed her about it.
That was the last time I probably talked to her. So obviously we were trying to get her side on this. Didn't take part in the documentary. And she's basically saying the whole thing is a lie. She has all the receipts, all the emails proving, I guess there's a big point of contention in the documentary where they're painting her to say that, she was supplying all these contestants with these caffeine pills that weren't allowed. And she's just pushing back on all that and saying that I wasn't personally allowed to give them caffeine pills, but they were allowed by the doctors and other people, and the contestants were allowed to take them. So this whole narrative that, I was doing all these, terrible things, breaking the rules, especially she's very hung up on this caffeine pill stuff.
Yeah, she skewers the doctor. She says, look, the doctor was giving the caffeine pills too, and that he was actually giving, what did she say? What's that thing? Ambien. So the contestants, she says, were taking caffeine to work out all day, Ambien then to get to sleep, and rinse and repeat the next day. I mean, is it any surprise that this show was rife with this sort of stuff? Aren't these people losing their body weight in a month? It's
crazy because it is one of those things that I remember this show. I don't know exactly when it was on. I mean, I feel like we were kids when this show was on.
When it first started, yeah.
And I always looked at it at the time, at least. I mean, I wasn't a Biggest Loser fan, but my parents watched it and I always thought this is a pretty heartwarming, show where
even when they jump on their backs.
That's the thing. When you look at these clips that are being shown in the documentary and in today's lens, you're like, wow, that's kind of wild. Back in the day, I feel like people looked at it as wow, this is a super positive show where these people who were super overweight were losing all this weight, and they would do these big reveals, and you'd be like, oh, obviously they were getting healthier. This is a really great thing. And then you look at the way they produced the show through, like I said, through today's lens, and it's kind of that wouldn't fly nowadays.
I know. And also the big thing, which isn't a legal thing, is so she always hated Bob Harper, right?
Apparently. I didn't know.
They hated each other.
I didn't know too much about their beef, but Bob Harper took part in this documentary.
Right.
And he kind of came out looking pretty good. And, Jillian is just basically saying, laying it out there that they've never been really cool, that she's always tried to be cool with him, that he's kind of been would say things in interviews that were like kind of shade towards her, would say things behind her back. And she's just essentially saying, like, me and him have never been good. Another point in the documentary that makes her look really bad is, you remember Bob had a major heart attack?
Yeah.
And I think he said, everyone from the show reached out except for Jillian. And she's kind of saying, like, she has some receipts she's posting being like, yeah, I didn't reach out to you because I had tried to reach out to you numerous times before and you just straight up ignored me. And it doesn't sound like they had a great relationship to begin with. So it's like if you had a heart attack, and I found out, I'd probably call you to see if you're all right.
Oh, in the hospital probably.
Yeah, and if there's some other people that I know that if they had a heart attack, I don't know if I'd call. Like, if I'm not your friend, that'd be so fake and weird of me to call.
Would you call Harvey?
I would call Harvey.
Right.
Because I don't want to make sure my job's still safe.
Yeah.
I'd call Harvey.
Leave me something in your will, old man.
Oh, that too.
All right. On to the next story.
Yeah.
The Ketamine Queen in the Matthew Perry death has agreed to plead guilty in a federal case. Jasveen Sangha, she's known as the Ketamine Queen. So she was charged with 5 federal crimes and is pleading guilty to 3 counts of ketamine distribution, 1 count of distributing ketamine resulting in death, and 1 count of maintaining a drug-involved premises. So she could face up to 65 years.
65 years. That's so long.
After Matt Perry died, she apparently she deleted all the text messages.
But problem is, it's like, I mean, we saw all these documents when the prosecutors laid out all the all their evidence, and it's like, she has to plead. Like they had her. They had all the texts. They had all of the correspondence with everyone she was speaking with. I mean, they had everything, and they also had these other guys that were involved that were also defendants. I believe some of them, gave up information probably to get a lesser charge.
Right.
So. She was pretty, I mean, I know this story was big just because everyone, obviously Matthew Perry, massive star, and everyone was super interested in this story. But to me, this was like a no duh thing that was going to happen.
These drug dealers, if this wasn't Matthew Perry who died.
Here you go. You love defending drug dealers.
I just think they're people too. You know what I mean? I just think if it wasn't Matthew Perry that had died, if it was just an anonymous.
People thought that way about the Mac Miller drug dealers. They really came after him, and I did see some people saying like they weren't really. What about all the other people who OD every day?
They don't care about the dealers there.
They don't look into it, but they do these massive investigations when you're like a major star.
Totally. So I mean, if you're a drug dealer, I wouldn't mess with celebrities. I mean, they got a lot of money, so you can probably charge them whatever you want.
Exactly. They were making the whole reason all these doctors and people were doing this is they were making a ton of money. I mean,
Matt was paying him off, was he?
Well, it wasn't that he was paying them off, but I mean, the guy has so much money, and so I believe it was like one of his assistants who was actually getting the ketamine for him, and I mean, he had an endless supply of money.
Right.
And I think there is something to like, especially if you're a drug dealer, being like thinking it's cool when you're like, one of the people I give drugs to is like a celebrity. Like you kind of feel like you're in that circle.
Look, I understand why it's illegal and why this ketamine queen should be punished, but 65 years and
it was
Matthew Perry's own choice.
I know you do make this point sometimes when we talk about it. There is some, like, he's a grown adult. I mean, he is an addict. He was a very well documented addict. So there's that.
But they're going to punish her as if she like pulled the trigger. Whereas
it was almost like it's like almost like she murdered him.
Yeah. Whereas she did. You shouldn't deal drugs. Drugs are illegal. Whatever. But anyway.
Yeah. So yeah.
Good luck to you, Ketamine Queen. All right.
I don't know if we should say good luck to the Ketamine Queen.
Good luck behind bars, finding a new career.
Yeah.
Okay. Justin Bieber, he has been banned from the Wynn, Las Vegas.
Yep.
Well, an impersonator has, because somehow a guy who vaguely resembles Justin Bieber made it onto center stage while Griffin was performing and belted out a few Justin Bieber hits. Let's listen to one now.
I'm sorry, man. Like,
I'm sorry?
I didn't even mean to do that.
It's too late.
But yeah, it's too late. When I saw these videos on Sunday, obviously at home, sober. If you're in the crowd and you're drunk in Vegas and I see that, I'd be like, oh, that's for sure Justin Bieber. But when I saw these videos online, I was like, to me, that's so obviously not Justin Bieber.
It's not so obvious.
See, I know you have a different take. It's just
I do.
I don't understand how this guy, because the XS and the Win released a full statement saying that there was like this whole elaborate multi-step ruse with like an advanced team reached out to them, and that's how he gained access. Once he gained access to the stage and they figured out it wasn't him, he was immediately removed, banned from XS and the Win. But how did, when that guy walked up, I get he had a whole team around him, how did not one person be like, that's not Justin Bieber?
I think because I think when something's happening and it's just like live and happening in front of you, you kind of like, is that Justin Bieber? I don't think it is. And then it's kind of like, but if it is, I don't want to be the one to say, hang on a second. And so I think things just like slowly happen and then it's too late.
Because like you said, Griffin, who is, he's a big DJ. He was the one performing that night. He posted a whole thing on his Instagram as well, where he was claiming that he was completely duped, was reached out, was told before the set that they were told that Justin Bieber was going to come to the show and wanted to perform. So he knew he was coming. So I do understand how maybe he got duped. Like if you're being told by people, hey, Justin Bieber's going to be performing, you're in it's a dark club, music's going, and then you're performing and see a guy that somewhat resembles him, I wouldn't think twice.
Right. Except the guy has a French accent.
He is French, so that's problematic. I don't know if I think he's singing in English though. So maybe
he's got not a bad voice, not a bad dance move.
Because he posted some video outside the Win where he's speaking in French. I don't speak French, so I don't know exactly what he was saying. But as far as like impersonators go, this is the pinnacle, right?
Oh, this guy.
This is like
as far as pranks go, this guy's pulled off one of the greatest pranks.
It's because XS is one of the biggest clubs in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's not like this guy showed up at like some rinky-dink club in some city and people thought it was Justin Bieber. I mean, people in Vegas, he was walking around, were going crazy. Ric Flair's daughter took a photo with him.
Yeah. And only just deleted it.
And thought it was him.
Only just deleted it this morning or something.
So good. I mean, good on him. Honestly, no harm, no foul, right?
But also,
it's embarrassing, I guess.
Like as someone who kind of spots celebrities for a living, celebrities don't look like what you think they're going to look like. When you're there in the flesh and they're not dressed particularly how they might be in a photo, right. It's very, and maybe they've got a bit more of a beard, or maybe they're wearing a hat or something. It's
kind of similar to like when you see Instagram models on Instagram, then when you see them in person, you're like, wait, that's not the same person.
Oh, really?
You're like, wait, there's no way. I've been following you for 5 years.
What filter are you using?
Wait, there is no way that's her.
Right. Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Okay, final story. A car crashed into a restaurant when two food influencers were like vlogging. It's kind of one of the craziest videos you'll see. Let's play it now. Comped the meal, right? You comped the meal for that?
Yeah, I would hope so. I think it was already getting comped because they have a huge following and they were shooting a video.
It's a great ad for the restaurant because you see all their food there.
Great ad for the restaurant because it looks delicious. Also, like maybe we're just on the internet too much, but I question everything. I don't know about you, but any video that I come across, I'm like fake. Not fake.
It doesn't. If this is fake, I don't know how you fake it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you'd have to completely damage a restaurant.
It'd be a big like. Okay, so we're gonna sit in the restaurant at table 1A. You drive the Mazda into it.
Yeah, and then you'd have to pay for all this. But yeah, it turns out it's real. We actually called the restaurant yesterday. Both of them, luckily, are okay. They were transported by ambulance. They have a whole YouTube video where they document. They got like cut up by the glass, but nothing serious. The driver. The cops came and everything because my first thought was like, maybe someone drunk or something. The woman was like, apparently thought she hit the brake or had the parking brake on and hit the gas. So that's essentially what happened. So basically freak accident. Luckily everyone's okay. But I mean, as a food vlogger, what a come up.
Oh my God.
What a come up for them. Like, dude, how many, I don't know what this video's views are at, but like, they're going to become one of the biggest food vloggers off of this.
They need to capitalize on it somehow.
They did, though. What do you mean? They posted it.
Yeah, you posted it, but now, are these going to be your 15 minutes, or are you going to become one of the biggest food bloggers in the country now? Like they got to do a food blog with the driver now. They should
Okay,
do
I
like a
that.
drive-through series of vlogs
I thought
now.
you were gonna
Drive-through.
say they have to like eat foods in like dangerous places.
That's not a bad idea. Like
Yeah.
eating food on safari or the running of the bulls in
that
Spain.
sounds a little risky, dude.
That would be viral.
They are lucky though.
They're
Honestly,
very lucky.
They're very lucky that because the car ended up stopping. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to this restaurant, by the way. The food looks fantastic.
That
It's in
must be-
Houston, I believe.
Must be like lines out the door there today. What do they got there? They got like a little.
I think those are like are those
Sliders?
sliders.
Yeah, they've got a few fried chicken things that
Yeah,
look like.
I don't know about this too much about these two. I don't know. Are they dating? Are they friends? I don't know.
It's kind of unclear, but he doesn't seem to be like the protector in this. He's not trying to protect her
Dude,
from
when
harm.
a car runs into the side of a window, what did you want the guy to do?
He's looking out for his slider more than he's looking out for his side.
This guy was trying to get out of the booth. He got knocked out of the booth by the car.
He's pushing her so he can run out of the way.
He's pushing her into safety.
No, he was not looking after her at all. It is so funny though. He's closing his eyes to enjoy the bite and then bang!
It's, unreal. The owner of the restaurant was literally standing right behind where this camera was. He was
Hey,
telling
shout out to whatever is holding up
That's
the
what
phone.
Charles kept bringing up.
How does that phone stay
It's got to be
upright?
on like a tripod, right? Or
All right,
something.
we've covered this more than we've covered the Matthew Perry thing.
I love
and
this video.
It's a great
I think
video.
the video is great.
All right, Deven,
Are we all done?
I think we are, mate.
Cool. I think Neff should be back tomorrow.
She's
Maybe.
up more than anyone. Was this 3 days in a row for you?
For me, so we did
believe so.
Friday, Monday. Yeah.
Feels good.
3. So like it's more of like a long-term relationship now,
It is.
right? Like
It
you
is.
could kind of see maybe move in together.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Maybe.
some separation anxiety.
At least like I can like keep some clothes at your house.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe a
Charlie Neff might go
toothbrush?
out of town again. And,
Oh, she probably will. She
and you
probably
and I can rekindle.
All right,
Okay,
can't wait.
thank you, Deven.
Later.
And thank you, everyone. Goodbye.